Like that. Yes.
Oh my gosh. Well, welcome to the Hold My Beard Marketing Podcast, the only podcast that has beards.
You're the
That's
only
true,
one.
by the way.
Nobody else has beards.
Yeah, it's the only.
Nobody.
Don't check me on that. But
Do
welcome.
not
I'm
fact check
Jake,
us.
the Wizard, and I got here with me Mitch Barham. What's going on, Mitch?
Just keeping it real. Drinking coffee, making ads, holding my beard.
There you go. If you've never been here before, we're going to talk about marketing, the latest news, tips, tricks, our thoughts as professionals running agencies. So I'm not going to stall this out any longer. Let's just get into it.
Let's go.
But don't forget our favorite segment at the end, 7 Minutes in Heaven. It's going to be a good one this week, actually. So if you want to see us review a website and give our honest critiques of it, hang out for that. So let's do it. First one today, a little puff piece, of course, because I like to start us off soft and light.
You do like to puff pieces.
I'm a big puff piece guy. All right. Pizza Hut will now put your resume on a box so you can send them a pizza resume.
Dude, that's dope.
It's amazing. This is incredible, y'all.
Yeah.
Like I forget what the number was, but it's something like 70% of resumes go unread.
Oh, for sure. Like, who wants to read those?
No one wants to read those. But this will get it noticed. Someone will see this. I think this is just amazing. I don't know what else to say about it.
Such a good way to stand out instead of just like, here's my resume, and then following up like, hey, here's pizza. Everybody loves you because you got them pizza, and like now you're going to be even more top of mind because you're going to tell people about that. Like, this guy applied for the job, and then, but he sent us pizza. Like,
yeah, just be careful if you're applying. Do your homework. Make sure they're not like gluten free or something,
or vegans or something. Yeah. You send a meat lovers pizza to vegans. That wouldn't be good.
No, typically not. All right. Google has announced that they are bringing negative keyword exclusions to Performance Max.
Whoop, whoop.
About time.
Effing time. Now, super excited about this. The only drawback I see is if you are a person who is running multiple asset groups inside of a Performance Max campaign that have different collections, which would have different negative terms, kind of sucks for that because it's going to be at the campaign level, but that they fix and work around is literally just have different PMAX campaigns and then you're good. But it just gives us more search control because right now, I mean, it's just like, hey, here's themes and do your thing. And this will ideally give us the ability to exclude branded terms.
Yes.
Thank God.
Absolutely. I think this is a good change, a needed change. Not more to say about that, honestly.
Good job, Google. You're not drunk today.
Hey, you know what? Well, let's keep it going. Why not? Google is now bringing AI ad image editing into their platform. So you can actually do the image expansions or generate the images that you want within those asset groups now.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
So if you don't have any product photography, could help. It's still AI generated. It's not the best.
Right. Yeah.
I was trying to make a AI image for our YouTube thumbnail for our last episode, and I wanted a picture of a hammer smashing the Instagram logo. And some of the stuff it came up with was offbeat.
Yeah, I tried to use AI last night building out a landing page, and it was good. It was Go High Levels AI image creator. Horrible. I was like, I want a picture of a business showcasing growth and making more money, and it gave me a woman wearing a shirt with color pencils going up. I was like, not even close.
Not even a little close. Not even.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, hey, you know what? Use it. Don't use it. It's up to you.
Yeah, it's worth testing.
All right. Okay, so this is a little bit of a longer article. I'm going to scroll back to the top here. Okay, so pretty cool. Search Engine Journal did a study of AI overviews. So if you're not familiar with what AI overviews are, you might be seeing these in your Google searches. It's basically like a little AI blurb that goes in at the top of your search that might help answer it. It might help get you to the right information. It's kind of like an advanced SERP feature like the FAQ block, but it's AI generated. And a couple of takeaways from this that I thought were extremely interesting. First of all, ranking does not match with who they pick for the citations within the AI overview.
Really?
Yes, so there is not a direct correlation between the top performing organic search post and the AI overview citation, so where it's pulling the information from.
Hmm.
So, what does seem to correlate is the intent of the page. Now, this is a little bit harder to study and understand, but basically what that means is if your page is built focused on structuring your data like the AI overview would want it, you have a higher opportunity to be featured in the AI overview.
Hmm. How do you? Is there a way to do that? Like, how would somebody know how to do that?
So if you're doing SEO, the most common way people do SEO is through keyword optimization. You're focusing
Hmm.
on ranking the page for a series of keywords and supportive keywords to get to the top. AI overviews is flipping that on its head and saying we're not looking at the content that's included and the ranking of it. We're looking at the structure of how you wrote the page. So if you write your page more like an answer or more like an AI overview, you have a higher opportunity to be selected for the AI overview. The intent of the page is more important.
Hmm. Interesting.
So, two kind of quick takeaways on that I thought were important. Again, I would highly recommend if you're interested in AI overviews, go read this whole article. It is monstrous. It has so much data in it. You can find that at searchenginejournal.com. But yeah, AI overviews, I'm pretty sure they're here to stay at this point. We'll see if they get better or not, because when they came out, they were not.
Yeah.
So
Glue on your pizza.
another one for ads. Google is
Ooh.
testing sticky headers for their ad results on mobile. So here is a little screenshot example of what this looks like. So rather than having to mark every single one as a sponsor post, it's actually going to kind of bucketize them and leave the indicator at the top of the screen for sponsored or if it's an actual organic result.
Interesting.
I think it's good for clarity for user base.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're going to see a drop in ad clicks actually from it.
Yeah, that's gonna be the interesting part because, like, on one hand, was sitting here thinking, like, as the advertiser, it might not be good because it just calls out even more, like, "Hey, all these are sponsored ads." So it gives a chance to scroll right by a lot faster. But from a user experience as the consumer, I think it's good.
Yeah, as an SEO agency, I think this is good for us too because
Hmm.
we have seen over the years kind of a diminishment in the effectiveness of organic. Not to the point where don't do SEO. I'm not saying that at all, but
Right.
just a diminishment. And this might be something that helps return to the strength of the organic.
Mhm.
So, something to
Hmm.
be aware of. This is a
Yeah.
cool one. Logan Paul and MrBeast have teamed up to create a Lunchables competitor.
I love that it says that they claim it's healthier, kinda like Prime. Yeah, great.
So, it is going to include a
Oh,
small bottle
fuck.
of Prime. They're calling it Lunchly, and it's got that signature Feastables branding on it
Mhm.
as well.
Mhm.
Um, take it or leave it, but at least competition tends to breed, you know, changes. I'm pretty sure that they have the same Lunchables today that they did when I ate them as a child going to school many, many, many years ago.
Oh, 100%. There hasn't been any changes. Here's your meat, your crackers, and your Capri Sun.
Pretty
Sweet.
much.
I mean, they'll
Yeah.
kill it. Like that, their branding looks dope. Like they have a huge following. Like my 6-year-old knows about Mr. Beast. And I'm like, how do you know about Mr. Beast? Like, what? Oh, and
Um,
KSI. So it's Miss Logan Paul, Mr. Beast, and KSI. Yeah, this thing's gonna be huge right out of the gate.
oh, without a doubt. Without a
Yeah.
doubt. And if they can nail that little like soft pizza experience,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Competition is good. I think it's great. And this is one of those situations where this is what happens when you invest in branding, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
build cohesion, you build trust across your entire brand, and you can drop something like this that's in a hyper competitive, dominated space and, have some room to move. So, love it. All right. And then last one here. TikTok is challenging the US ban law in court. It's
Weird.
happening. The fight
Weird.
begins. So the appeals court is going to be hearing next week some complaints from ByteDance. I
Mm.
don't know if anyone remembers how long ago it was, 18 months ago when they had the initial hearing. And the poor ByteDance guy. Like, he
Yeah.
was a champion. I watched that whole 4 hour hearing, and I gotta say, I've seen very few people hold up quite like that man did.
Especially with some of the dumb questions they asked, where it was like, "Is TikTok Wi-Fi?" I'm like, "These really? These are the people that represent us? Like, this is insanity." But um, no, I mean, we all knew this was going to happen. It's gonna. I think this will end up all the way at the Supreme Court, to be honest.
Without a doubt. And it's so targeted. Like,
Yeah.
eh, I clearly it's a large monopoly of other social media platforms that's putting the pressure on the US government to do this,
Mm-hmm.
because TikTok has taken a huge bite out of both Google and Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly think it's a better platform.
Oh, yeah, 100% it is. And not to make this too political, but this is the one platform the government has not been able to control. And X, now that Elon owns it. Like, I think Zuckerberg came out and admitted that like they suppressed stuff recently. So like the government can't control TikTok and they can't control X. So like let's get rid of them.
Exactly.
Put your
Exactly.
tinfoil hat on, kids.
All right. So I want to play a little game this week with you. New game.
Ooh.
Maybe we'll bring it back in the future. I call the game Need It or Yeet It.
You need it or yeet it. All right.
Need it or Yeet It. So what we're going to do, there are a lot of metrics to track in marketing.
So many.
So many metrics. I have a list of the top about 30 metrics that I get asked about all the time. And I just want to go through them and get your impression. Do we need that or can we yeet that?
Yeet it all.
Yeet it all. So, uh, first section here, I wanted to focus and try to bucket these up a little bit. So I decided to start with top of funnel metrics. All
Yeet
right.
it all.
So, top of funnel,
Mm.
impressions.
Yeet it.
Yeet it.
Yeet it.
I
It's
think
like a half yeet. It's like a
it's
half
a
yeet.
half yeet,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Impressions is great if you have nothing else to go off of.
Right.
But once you have real metrics, yeet it.
100%.
Organic search traffic, so actual clicks.
Need it.
You need that one.
Yeah.
That's why you do SEO.
Yeah.
Got to keep that one. Definitely be looking at that one. Website traffic growth increases or decreases. Is that an important metric?
I think it is.
You think so?
I think so.
I think it can be distracting though, because if you're looking at the wrong windows,
Mm.
it's a need it if you do it right. But you have to understand you're going to have months that are up, you're going to have months that are down, depending on economics and
Yeah.
seasonality and all kinds of things. So if you're smart about it, need it. If you don't know how to do that and you're just looking at month over month mindlessly,
Mm-hmm. Or
yeet it.
daily. Yeet that thing if you're looking at it daily or weekly.
Oh my
Like,
gosh, yeah.
yeet that thing right out the window.
All right. Social media engagement, number of interactions on social media content.
Oh, definitely need it. Otherwise, how are you
Definitely
going to
need
judge?
it.
Well, like the engagements on like social posts?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, how else that like that's kind of one of your metrics to gauge its effectiveness, in my opinion.
Interesting. I was leaning towards yeet it personally.
So like an example would be for me, like looking at say our TikToks. Like I go through my metrics and I want to like I'm going to look at the view throughs, but at the same time I want to see how many likes, how many comments, how many saves, and how many shares. Because that also to me is going to dictate like how well literally like engaging it was for the audience, and then I could take that and replicate or emulate it across more videos.
Mhm. Mhm. I guess that's fair. I'll move my needle to need it.
But you could half eat it.
Uh no, I don't want to go full yeet. We'll go need. We'll go need.
Like full eat. I don't know why I thought that was funny. It's just funny.
You never go full yeet.
Everybody knows you never go full yeet.
Cost per 1,000 CPM.
Yeet that thing right out the window.
Yeah.
It's one of those metrics. I mean, you can okay, let's just 3/4 yeet it, because it as much as I don't care about your CPM, especially on the ad side, like I do care, but I only care if like we're not getting the hard stats results that we want. It's a metric people focus on too much, that like, oh my god, I have a $30 CPM. Yeah, but what industry are you in? Are you in cosmetics? You're going to be getting a $60 to $90 CPM. That's
Mm.
normal. Don't obsess about it. So let's 3/4 yeet it. It's a very soft metric that tells you nothing more than how competitive the audience is.
All right. I'll agree with that. I think that's a good assessment. Click through rate.
Need it.
Need it. Absolutely. Click through rate is how good is your stuff?
Yeah. If your ad or your SEO can't sell the click, you got a problem.
Yep, absolutely. So click through rate, definitely need. Um, email open rate.
That's a tricky one because of iOS 15 and how a lot of things just get marked as opened without them actually being opened. So it's like a half yeet, half need. It's a something that the way I look at it now is like if you're not getting a 30 to 40% open rate, which really equates to like probably a 20% open rate, um, you have a problem. But really
Mm.
it's email click rate that matters
And that's
more.
the follow-up, email click rate.
Need.
Need.
That's the biggest thing you're judging stuff on now, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree. That is the success metric for your emails. Page views per visit.
I'll defer to you because I'm a direct marketer, so like I don't send them to places that I want them to look at too many pages.
I would say need it on the basis that you need exploration on your site.
Mm-hmm.
Some sites don't need any exploration. If you have one product or you have a very simple intake form, you can get that in 2.5 page views on average. But if you have more of a learning based site or you have a shopping site, an e-commerce site, I do like to see more page views. So it kind of depends on what industry you're in.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here's a good one. Time on page.
For what I do, I don't need it.
For ads, you don't need it.
I don't
For
care.
SEO, you absolutely do. Absolutely do. It is a metric that Google is looking at. So yeah, it's definitely important for SEO. All right, we're moving down the funnel here. Conversion rate.
Oh, hardcore need it.
It might be the most
Hardcore.
important
Yeah.
on the entire list.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta get conversions, and if your conversion rate's too low, what would you say is like if I've never run ads before and you're trying to be as general as possible, what's like a good goal conversion rate?
From the ad itself,
Yeah.
1 to 2% is probably a good low end, and then optimize it higher. But that a lot goes into that as well. I mean, then it goes to your website. The ad will only do so much, right?
Right. 2% I think is kind of industry standard.
Mm,
You say that's the goal. 2% of visitors, 2% of clicks, whatever ends up being a conversion. Customer acquisition cost.
need it. Otherwise, how do
Need
you know
it?
if you're profitable or not?
That's true. You gotta know. You gotta know how much it costs.
I can
Following
take it
up
a
on
step
that.
further. Oh, what's
Yeah,
the
go
follow up
ahead.
on that? Yeah, no, I want to
Uh,
see what the follow up is because I might be jumping the gun.
uh, so just in the more generic version of this, which is cost per acquisition.
Oh yeah, you need that. I was going to say because then you can go a level deeper with the cost per whatever the first one was, where it's new customer cost per acquisition, returning customer cost per acquisition. So your NCAC, RCOC, or RCAC. Ooh, what a bit of a Freudian slip there.
Wow.
What's on my brain? Um, but yeah, so there's a whole other, like, if you really want to go down the rabbit hole into Alice in Wonderland, like you can get into new, returning, myrrh. There's all kinds of levels of cost per acquisition.
Excellent. Yeah. I like this one. This is one people don't think about, don't get asked a lot, but I want to put it in the list. Customer lifetime value.
Oh my god, you totally need that, and it is so ignored.
Yeah. If you don't know what your customer lifetime value is, go calculate it. Please go calculate it.
Yes.
Just take your last 50 customers or your last 6 months of data, and add up the total revenue, divide it by the number of people over the period of time.
Mm-hmm.
That's your lifetime value. So, average order value.
Need it.
Need it? Yeah. Because how do you know if your ads are going to be profitable or not?
100%.
What do you shoot for from an ads perspective? What would be like a good acquisition cost to order value ratio? Like how much of my average order value should I be spending to get an acquisition?
It very much varies by, I mean, there's a lot that goes into that, but if I'm just going to give a general answer, high level answer, because I mean, yeah, then you have like margins and repeat customer rate and LTV that come into play, but you can a 2x, but there's a caveat to that. Like when let's just say I'm talking to somebody like an e-commerce business or service-based business, and it's like, okay, what's your AOV? And they say $20. I'm like, cool, you're never going to be profitable on ads.
Hmm.
Like you're never like unless you're in the UK where I can get you a $6 cost per acquisition or cost per purchase. It doesn't, or Canada, like in the USA, that's impossible. $50 is like, okay, we'll maybe get you a 2, and then we need lifetime value and reorders. Then that's where we get to the 75, 80 was really kind of that sweet spot where like, okay, now I know I can get you like a 3, and then you're going to make more money in the long run. So we can still make you semi-profitable up front.
I think that is super unknown to people.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really awesome bit of information there.
Clip it, put it on YouTube.
Oh yeah. Just yeet it onto TikTok. All right, some less funnel related metrics here. Retention rate.
Oh, I think you need that.
I agree. We look at
Mm-hmm.
retention rate constantly and are evaluating that for our clients. So,
Yes.
huge deal. Repeat purchase rate.
Need it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But a lot of people don't even know that. What's your return customer rate? I don't know. Do you even focus on getting them back? No. Okay, dude, it's the easiest way to scale. It's easier to keep a customer and have them come back than it is to acquire a new one.
Totally. Completely agree. So this is a hard one to measure, but I wanted to throw it in here. Brand awareness, like total brand
Ooh,
exposure.
yeah. Interesting.
I lean towards need it,
Yeah.
but if you have no brand, which is, you might have a logo. Logo ain't a brand, y'all.
What?
But if you genuinely have a brand, something that people can identify with and hold on to and remember, I think brand awareness is something to think about as a strategy and a
Mm-hmm.
metric.
Nope, 100%.
Referral traffic.
For what I do, I don't care.
That's true. That's true. Mr. Ads doesn't care about referrals. I think referral traffic's excellent. In fact, it's a great way to know if you need to do other types of marketing.
Yeah. No, that's true.
If you are making over 50% of your revenue off of referral based traffic, you need to do other marketing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like that's maybe just the simple way to say it.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
All right, coming up to the end here, last one. This is the big one I always get asked about. You always get asked about. ROAS, return on ad spend.
That, yeah. I hate that I'm going to say this because there's a caveat to it, but you need it. But it's turned into a dirty word with those of us that have been doing this for a long time, like me and you, where nothing's singular platform oriented. So it could very well be that they saw an ad or They saw an ad, then went to Google or went direct or went to TikTok, or they found you through SEO. Then all of a sudden now the ads show up. So like you have to understand, then it turns into MER, your overall marketing efficiency ratio. That's how we have to judge things now, because there's too many options and too many platforms to advertise on, and people don't just take action based off of one thing. Most people
Mm-hmm.
don't. There are the rarities, but you have to, like, basically everybody educating people on MER is still a chore. So it's like
Absolutely,
I
yeah.
want to eat it, but I have to have it because people don't understand if you like talk about MER.
Right, right. ROAS is definitely a dangerous thing because your ads may be super profitable, but they're not the ones that are actually getting you the conversion. I think that's
Well,
the important thing to say.
and I tell people all the time now, client wise, I'm like, look, I can get you a great ROAS, but put you out of business at the same time. And they're like, well, what do you mean? I go, well, if all I do is bottom of funnel marketing, I'm going to have an amazing ROAS. I'll
Mhm.
get you 10, 20 times ROAS, but I'm going to put you out of business because we're not acquiring new customers.
Right. And you can't milk the same group over and over again.
No, no.
Not unless you run a brothel. Um
True.
All right. Well, that was fun.
Yeah, well, that was good stuff. Need it or
Yeah.
yeet it. Let us know
Need
what
it or
you
eat
think,
it.
people.
Let me
Put
know
it in
in
the
the comments
comments.
if you
Yeah.
want that back. Again, we'll do another session of that. But now it is time for everybody's favorite segment.
7 minutes in heaven with Jake and Mitch.
Something like that. uh you make it sound both like sexy and alluring and also just not.
I know, right? It's just great. I have this awesome
It's
skill of
incredible.
like, it really confuses people. Like,
Yeah.
you don't know how to
It's like
feel.
Post Malone. What's going on there?
Face tats. I'm going to get face tats. They're coming.
ROAS right
Oh,
over the eyebrow.
God. Yeah. I'm going to get myrrh as the
The
teardrop. Just
teardrop.
myrrh.
All
CTR
right.
across my chest.
Well, we've got a little bit of a special one today for the 7 minutes in heaven. Wizard Marketing, my agency, has put out a new website. We
I'm going
did
to
a
roast this
complete
website
revamp.
so hard.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be dangerous. I'm going to let you do a bit more of the talking than I do. So, roast away. I'm open to all of the feedbacks.
Nah, be
Uh,
nice.
no,
I'm
don't be
sure it looks way better
nice.
than my
Nobody's here
website.
for us to be nice.
That's true.
All right, here we go. 7 minutes in heaven with Wizard Marketing.
Okay. I like the footprints. Those are very distracting right away. But the finally digital marketing that works like magic. Okay, so I'm also weird though. I don't like that your navigation is over to the left. Maybe that's
Okay.
just me. That and then it's, but you know me, like how I'm with buttons and like weird aesthetic things. It's probably more of a personal choice, but but it also makes sense. People read left to right, so it's up at the top on the left. I did look there, but just aesthetically, I'm a weirdo. Don't do anything because I said it. But I like your headline that works like magic. I mean, it totally ties into the wizard thing. Love it.
That's what we
Imagine
got
if
to
your
go for.
business thriving online, effortlessly attracting customers. It's not a dream. Like you're evoking also some like emotion and like telling them what you're doing at the same time. It's storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
Mm-hmm.
you're storytelling. And dude, you're just on brand all the way through this, ready to cast a spell on your digital success, conjure, summon, enchant. Love it. Is it just because the like? Are you on a giant screen? But I feel
I
like your
am on a
red
giant
buttons.
screen. Let me pull that sucker in a bit.
I'm gonna say I feel like those red buttons are a little hard to read, but that's probably because you and I have giant screens. Um, nah, dude, I love it so far. I mean, like, I can't nitpick anything. I love the castle. I love the footprints. Like, I love how you're underlining things. So it's like calls in, deal us in. Great marketing results require wizardry, transparent and accessible without complication. Like, I love it. That's something that's not done in this industry. Transparency that much. Jake from State Farm and the team of amazing wizards at Wizard Marketing are pushing the bounds of SEM every day. Love it. Ooh, I like that, dude. You got like the wax stamps and everything. That's
Yeah,
dope.
man. We got to go all the way.
And you literally changed the color of get leads and create revenue and underline that. Like such a great emphasis on that.
We got to tell the story. What do you
Yeah.
want? As the reader, what do you want from this website.
Yeah.
Not enough places do. You talk about what you do, you talk about your features. Who gives a crap?
Mm-hmm.
What is the outcome?
Yep.
What is the story that they're going to tell to their friend that says, I hired this, I bought this,
Mm-hmm.
and got that?
Mm-hmm.
What's the that? That is what you need to put on your site.
100%.
Just a little FAQ section, no big deal.
Mm-hmm. And you get attention and opportunity tomorrow. Like you're calling out how fast you most likely get to work and like get this going. Like it's almost like it's not scarcity, but you're like putting a timeline to it. Like how fast this, like, yeah, let's do this now. Like putting urgency to it, I guess.
Absolutely. I don't want you to wait. I don't want you to leave my site.
Magical testimonials, gotta have that. Oh my God, then look at this guy with all his videos. That's a handsome guy right there.
He tries. He tries.
Unlock your marketing potential. You got it circled with your form or your calendar link, calendar light right there. Boom, perfect.
Let's
And
hop
you have a
over to one of
footer.
the. Yeah.
I don't feel like I have anything bad to say outside of the navigation, but that's the only thing that's just more aesthetic for me because I'm a weirdo. But again, most traffic's going to be mobile as well, probably. So
I love your
choose your
feedback
SEO
on the
magic
pricing
package.
table.
Yeah, no, I mean it technical SEO. So you got the unlimited technical, like you're telling them what they have. I think people are accustomed to seeing this now,
Mm-hmm.
so I think it's good. And for a moment, I was like, "Ugh, I'd like them all to be the same size, but I don't. I actually like how it steps because it just reminds me of like, hey, you get more, like, and then like
You
a
get
graph that
more.
like you get more and better, like, oh, yeah. So I actually like that.
And we're transparent with our pricing. Don't fill out a form to see the pricing.
That's
I
right
think
there.
that's
It's huge.
crucial.
And not sure what's for you. Hey, you too can speak with a wizard. Got your process. What? Who does that?
Yeah. We
And look,
actually
you actually named it too. Setup, implementation, optimization, review versus like start here, step 2, step 3, step 4, and then you're spelling it out.
yeah, no, absolutely. A little bit more detailed and back to the footer.
And you have that button that takes them back to the top, don't you? I see that in the
I
bottom right.
do. I do. Zing, you can go right back to the top.
Dude.
Any of the other
Oh, and you
site
got a little click
pages?
to get the magic SEO checklist so they can
I
get
do.
a freebie right there.
Yeah. Little newsletter acquisition there. Sliding that in at
Mm-hmm.
the bottom.
Like it. And it's not the, hey, sign up for our newsletter, which is probably what I have on my website. So I'm making fun of myself.
One thing we had a lot of fun with was on the each of the pages. There's a customized castle for each one,
Oh, yeah.
but there's always a little wizard in it.
Oh, I didn't
So
even
you can
notice
go
that. That is
play
too dope.
find the wizard on each of the castles because he's not always in the same spot.
Interesting. You're going to see a lot of time on site from me. I was never good at Where's Waldo.
little search and find action for you there.
That's really cool.
All right. I don't know what happened to my time. Oh no, we still have 24 seconds left.
Oh, okay.
We just went so fast.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's why I didn't have much to tear apart. It's crafting magical marketing journeys. Yeah, like it. It's like
I'm actually really
marketing.
proud of this headline because we include the line for fellow businesses.
Mm-hmm.
We're in the same bucket with you. We are
Right.
we're just another business. We're trying to do the same thing you're doing. And I think that's one thing that a lot of businesses kind of screw up is that it's so me versus you in the sale.
Oh,
And
100%.
there's this game of like, I want to get the best price, but
Mm-hmm.
the seller is trying to make money, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why we do business. We want to make some money. And so
Mm-hmm.
this takes some of that pressure off of it because it's like you're trying to make money, I'm trying to make money. Be kind about it, right? Don't try and beat me up over pricing, especially when I'm super transparent, because that's the objective. If I give you the bottom rate, I'm actually not going to like working with you because I'm not really making money off of it. So there's this give and take in business, and I think we need to be more kind in hiring other businesses with that understanding.
Yeah. It's, yeah. I love that. Like Yeah, you're just making it like a feel like a level playing field, and it's that's not the us versus them, and then also you're not just saying for clients.
Exactly. Exactly. But yeah, new site's up. Go check it out if you want. Rip it apart. Would love to have you drop your comments in the chat as well. But
We should make it a game, like it. Put in the comments where you found the wizard at, but don't cheat and go look first. Like go to the site.
speed run finding the wizards.
Yeah, yeah. Ooh, we could make that like everybody record themselves like on Loom trying to find the wizards, and whoever
We'll make it
finds
a
them the
TikTok
fastest gets a
trend.
prize. Yeah, there we go.
But hey, if you enjoyed this segment and you want to get your website lovingly roasted and spend 7 minutes in heaven with Mitch and I, please drop it in the YouTube comments. We'd love to take a peek at your site. That's all I got this week, Mitch.
Yeah, that's all I got too, man. It's been a good episode. I need it or yeet it. People, let us know if you want us to keep doing that. And then if you agree with what we need, then yeet. I'd love to see that too.
Absolutely. Mitch, where can I find you outside of this amazing podcast?
All over the interwebs as Beardpreneur or barhammarketing.com, as long as my website is not down.
Well, that is kind of important.
I did delete it the other day by accident. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You need a web dev support agency.
I'll have to look for one of those.
Oh, and if you want to find me, I'm Jake the Wizard. You can find me pretty much anywhere as The Wizard Marketing, or go to thewizard.marketing to check out my agency and work with me there. So, and don't forget, if you like what you learned here, but you want to learn more, you want to get more personalized experience, you can join Mitch and I's mastermind. Teachme4m.com to join that. Teachme4, the number 4, the letter m.com. Would love to have you join. We meet every week. It's a great time.
Yeah, it's getting pretty hot in there. We're getting some good questions, getting a lot of good people in there, busting out. I was on fire yesterday. Like just
you were. I was honestly like, you were on form.
I was in tip-top shape. Every dog's got it today, and it probably won't happen until next year. So sorry, guys.
It was like watching Gary Kasparov of ads. Just volley after volley. All right. Well, until next time, catch you later.
Keep on keeping on.